Hey, you wanna do a quick stream? And there's a tear there. I still have this really weird fight against the ancient that I can't find, and then I have that quest up there. And I think I need to find another dragon somewhere. Like I'm missing one of the dragons. So let's go do that tear. Because I think that's the last tear in the game. Come on. Come on, game. I know you can do it. There you go.
Know any more stories, Mimir?
Of course, laddie, and yours for the asking. But I prefer the boat. In here is distracting.
Okay. Something I found out that that Mimir was talking about when I was doing the rest of Alfheim stuff off stream. Apparently Freya went and got her wings, and for the cycle of vengeance to continue. She's gonna like, she's gonna take up her role among the Valkyries again or something. I do not know. That's gonna be pretty awesome, actually. Up? Wonder if it's up. Oh, it seems to be down, actually. Down is the opposite of up. Where the fuck is it? There? A way to zoom in? No. As zoomed in as I get. Add it. Okay, so it's like directly above me, up there somewhere. I guess it's time to climb again. Excuse me? What? I see it up there. Kind of? Yeah, I see it up there. How do I get up there? I have to get on the shore.
Where to
Okay.
next?
Okie dokie. Let's try it this way. Yeah, here we are. Okay. Fucking excuse me? What? Ah, there it is. Okay. Bye. Well, that was a thing. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
What are you up to, friend?
I'm playing God of War until Syke starts streaming because he's playing Fallout 3 later, and I don't
Okay.
want to miss that.
I'll tell you one thing you missed.
Eurovision?
The second Eurovision, the second Eurovision semifinal,
Oh no!
in which an adorable Norwegian man saw all of his dreams come true.
Aw.
God, that dude's such a dork.
He's such a dork, and I want to support him just wholeheartedly through this.
Just want to pat his little head.
Well, also, I want to support Miss Australia for being gorgeous. And
That was
good. She's real good.
Oh,
She's doing...
something you probably missed me saying when I was starting the stream. When I was doing stuff off camera in Alfheim, Mimir mentioned that when we left his head when we went to Jotunheim, Freya decided to go get her Valkyrie wings back. So that's probably going to be an interesting fight next game.
Oh, yeah.
Come here.
Yeah,
Finish that story story?
they've done a bunch of things, right? To tease the next game, the sequel.
Yeah, there's
tell you the story
the
later.
Thor thing that was at the
Yeah.
end of the last game. Speaking of which, I never did see if I can just look at the credits again. Oh, that's right. They've updated with photo mode. Hold on. We're just gonna.
Oh yeah, there's a selfie mode, and you can make it smile. and
Yeah.
it's
Enter
the most
photo
awkward
mode.
thing. Oh man.
Let's see this beautiful Kratos boy. Okay. Vocal
He
language.
is no boy. There is only one boy, and it is the boy.
There we are. How do I make him smile? Kratos, show. Hide. Oh.
I think you.
Other
L1
characters
and
show
R1.
hide. Characters. Oh, face.
I can't wait.
Oh God!
This is a lot of things.
Kratos wasn't meant to make any of these faces.
I don't know. I think phase 3 is really good.
Phase 3? Which one? I forget which one was phase 3. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to phase 3.
I think phase 3 is like.
Oh yeah. Again with this. Oh, he was okay. Phase 16 is a pretty Kratos face. Yeah, let's exit photo mode. I really hope I did not like skip out on the credits because a lot of people worked really hard on this game.
I think you could take another nap at your house, and that might lead to the credits.
That's good because I really do want to show off the people who worked on this goddamn beautiful, gorgeous, extremely fun, extremely good game.
Amir.
Oh wait, doesn't this game have a title screen?
It does. Right? It does. I'm not sure if it has the options for credits on the title screen. That's the thing that like I never got until recently was a dedicated like credits thing in the options menu. And then I was like, oh well, if you just want to like roll that beautiful bean footage, I guess.
Hands from her sight. You know what? I'll tell this one later.
What's that? Oh. Okay, I guess I go back in the boat. But yeah.
I still can't believe his son would kill his own father. That's crazy, right?
I like that meme. It is basically the uncle from Jalopy. That's good.
But come on, his own father? I mean, I get.
You know I'm right.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, a little. But I'd never stab you in the back.
No, I imagine not.
Haha, can't believe a dad killed his own father, Dad. Haha, good thing we're not like that, and never will be.
Yeah, it's not that
they
there's...
kind of end the cycle, right?
Not really. Not really. There's a thing in LaFay's like memorial thing at the end of the game, where it shows Arceus standing over Kratos' body, and Kratos has like stuff pouring out of his mouth.
Oh, yes.
So that's another sequel hook.
I believe Kratos is drinking again.
Oh, and something you missed. I killed the Queen of the Valkyries. I killed the legendary 9th Valkyrie.
Oh yeah, I was other stuff.
Yeah, I beat it on stream. It was rough. Let me tell you, I have pumped this game down to easy for the remainder because I'm just and I was getting my ass kicked on easy for that entire fight. Yeah, I'm just like, as much as I love this game, I kind of like. I think it's the post game has overstayed its welcome a bit. I think.
Yeah,
so
you have like as many post game streams as you have actual game streams.
I'm almost there. I have 6 game streams, and I'm up to 11 post game. Or I'm up to episode. This is like the 11th stream, and 5 of those have been post game streams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like all of it was like kind of a weird. Like as you were getting close to the end of the game, I was like, "Huh, that's weird." I guess maybe there is no open world. Maybe there's just a rumor. Nope. It's just like after you beat it.
Well, I mean, there's an open world there, but I was mostly ignoring it.
I feel like the end game is really what encourages like the open world exploration stuff.
Yeah, probably. And now, go ahead.
There's a little text box that pretty much says this.
Aha! That's how I explore deeper into the stronghold. I still have to find like the 3rd goddamn dragon and rescue him from his horrible fate, I suppose.
And then you will be friend to all dragons.
Yes. Ow.
I guess.
They'll call me Kratos, dragon friend. Friend to all dragons. Dragon Tales. That was a show. God damn. My brother watched that show quite a bit, and I hated it because I was too old. I was too old to really be interested in that sort of thing.
Or not old enough.
That or not scaly enough.
I mean, that's fair. You okay there, Dijon?
Sorry, I'm having flashbacks.
Nice.
To what?
Eurovision.
Obviously watched a lot more Dragon Tales than you have.
Oh.
It's the hot chocolate song.
Angry.
Uno, dos, tres, cho. Uno, dos, tres, go. Uno, dos, tres, le. Uno, dos, tres, che. Chocolate, chocolate, bate, bate, yo, chocolate.
To no one.
It's okay.
I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
I do not remember this at all because I was not a religious watcher of Dragon Tales.
All the little chicks, I pay out, pay out, pay out. Like so many like Spanish songs from that show.
You see, the only thing I know really by heart about any show from that period is just the intro to Skeleton Warriors, and even then, it's just the lyrics are just Skeleton Warriors.
Skeleton Warriors!
Skeleton Warriors!
Even then, the only reason for that is because of Jim Sterling.
Yes.
Skeleton Warriors!
I never
Because
watched Skeleton
every time-
Warriors, so...
Like, every time he uses the C word, he puts Skeleton Warriors instead.
Yep. That or just devolves into a long string of angry ranting curse words. Then he also cuts the Skeleton Warriors. But yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's done
does.
more of that lately.
Yeah. I do miss when he would play Crazy Chains of Love on the regular, because that's a good song.
Boy, over here.
Sir.
My favorite thing about those intros is that most of them were like farmed out to Japan, so they usually look a lot more anime than the rest of the show,
Yes.
Yep.
which is good.
There's also usually a lot more effort put into them.
Yeah. That was like where most of the animation budget was into the intro. It's like, look at all these cool things that will happen in the show, but it won't actually really because, like, stuff happens, and there's budgetary things that we need to consider. Oh, that's right.
Remember that female about intros where a strong bat rotates a tank. Like the turret on a tank.
Mm-hmm. Where's the thing I got from the... God, I thought that there was a thing that the fucking Valkyrie Queen gave me where like I could throw my axe and it would not ever stop falling or start falling. It would just never fall. It would just go forever and ever and ever, and it was great, and it was supposed to be good for like throwing at stupid shitty birds all day. I hate those like bird things.
One thing you gotta give to DuckTales is that the coolest sequence in that intro actually happened in the show.
Which one?
Oh, all of them running away from like a crumbling road.
Oh
that was,
yeah, no, that was in the movie.
Sinking into the abyss.
That was in the movie.
No, that's in. No, that was in like the 3-parter that they started the series with.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something in the movie that also made it into the intro.
I've yet to see the movie.
The movie I remember being pretty good. But that's only because DuckTales in general was really good. So
I should get started on doing the rest of that.
I should watch the new episodes of the new DuckTales. Because I've only seen the.
Yeah.
I only saw the first episode or whatever. One where
Like it was.
what?
Like it was one of those, like, I only saw the first episode too because it was one of those things where like everyone was talking about it a ton and I was like, oh great, and then I just sort of sat back and was like, okay, when the series starts I'll hear everyone talk about it and then I'll jump in, but then no one talked about it anymore.
Holy crap, you too?
Oh yeah.
Like that same experience.
Yeah. So like
I'm
was
so
like-
sorry.
Like it's the only way I know that new Steven Universe episodes are out is because everyone like loses their shit.
I'm still on like season 3 of Steven Universe, and they're up to like season what? 5, 6?
5.
Well, we're on 5, but we've been on 5 for about a year now, maybe more.
So the way Steven Universe works now is that you release 2 episodes, and then like 3 or
wait
4
several
months later,
months.
you release another 2 or 3 episodes, like at the same time. It has the world's worst schedule. I have no idea what they're doing to it.
I'm sure that some marketeer sees what they're doing as a good thing, but I just want more Steven.
Steven,
Just- I would rather
Beebus.
it-
She never says Beepus.
No, she
I don't
doesn't.
get it. She says penis.
Let Pearl say
Steven
penis.
Penis? Penis? I mean Steven?
Amethyst.
Yeah, but if you want to catch up on Steven Universe, you should probably do it quickly because they just made like maybe the biggest reveal in the most recent episodes. So
Yeah,
pretty soon, spoiling it.
Oh, there's gonna be more episodes?
But there were just 2 that came out, like
Just 2?
on Monday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I should
Yep.
probably
They
start.
are massive like plot episodes, like extremely plot.
Oh.
My
Pretty soon
favorite
I'll, like,
non-plot.
Yeah.
My favorite non-plot episode is still the episode where like Garnet
This is the
goes,
sun.
Garnet comes back and Steven's like, it's like, how was your day? And what was your day like? And she's like, what did you think my day was like? And he goes, well,
Oh, that's a great episode.
and then she says,
is-
she goes, oh, Steven, that is completely wrong.
Betrayed him.
Betrayal begets betrayal. My guess, the young one murdering his dad didn't sit
It is perfect. That episode is so good.
It is really good.
Life.
I guess.
Look there, lad.
Garnet's
by
really
his
good.
feet.
She is the best mom. Just don't
Yes. May you
like fight me, nerds.
No,
She's
I'm
the
not
best
gonna.
mom.
I'm not gonna argue. She's the best mom.
Weber brings up a good point.
Disagree. But
Weber brings up a really salient point, which is that Teen Titans Go exists and floods our very soul.
Oh yeah.
I specifically was like trying not to mention Teen Titans Go because the internet has enough nerds mad about Teen Titans Go that they don't need me adding to it.
More like Teen Titans Go to the
Teen
polls.
Titans Go.
More like Teen Titans
If Sindri wants
sucks.
it, it must be really useful.
Well, like Teen
Good.
Titans,
Good.
endless deluge of Teen Titans
If you
forever.
can't eat or drink it, might as well use it as a blunt object.
Let's see. What else can I do? There's a thing. There's. Oh wait. Ha! I solved
This
the
is-
puzzle. I think. What? Hold on.
Gruesome.
Hold on. What? Wait. Hold on. Oh! Oh, my son's in there! Now he's opening the gate for me! Thank you, son!
Ah,
We're still on War on Gods. Yeah. Technically, yes. My good boy is helping me out quite a bit.
Wait, what's this about War on Gods?
He's asking if we're still on God of War, and it's like, yeah, I'm still on God of War because it's a good video game that I want to experience as much content for it as possible. But also, I think there's a little bit too much content in this post-content of game. I did put it on easy. Fuck you. I don't care. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I put it on easy.
Mad.
I'm playing on
Just
easy.
trying to get you riled up.
Technically, did we finally run out of gods? No, we still have not run out of gods. There's still like
Over here.
an entire pantheon left. The only gods we killed in here were Thor's kids and
They
Balder.
belong to the sun. Wow.
We still have Odin, we still have Frey, we still have, well, I guess not Loki. Technically Loki. Our kid is Loki.
Had he
So
thought
that would be
before
awkward.
taking action, there would be no need for regret. Yes.
I'm still waiting for him to somehow go back in time for some weird reason.
Like on the one hand,
Back at the store.
and I'm kind of disappointed you didn't kill more like Norse gods. But on the other hand, that probably would have been kind of off message if Kratos was just literally doing what he did before again.
Yeah.
Look, he's a good calm dad now. He only kills some gods.
And listen, like he gave each god every opportunity that they possibly could get before being like, yeah, okay, I guess I have to murder you now.
Now, like any good dad, he doesn't pick fights. But if you're gonna be a douchebag to his son, then he's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
My dad beat up your dad.
Hey, we can talk here.
Yeah, well, my dad can murder you because he can murder gods.
My dad is cool and doesn't afraid of anything.
Oh. I can't believe your dad can turn into a ball. Man, that sounded way better in my head.
My dad can roll around and pick up things.
My dad's a spider.
Well, then wouldn't he be dead? Don't spiders like eat their mate? Never mind.
There's a lot of different spider life spans.
Are we lost?
I mean, if the male spiders are lucky, they don't get eaten.
Oh, speaking of getting bugs that get eaten when they have sex, there's a game that's out that I've been meaning to try. It's about playing as a praying mantis who's in love with another praying mantis, and they're so in love that they desperately do not want to have sex with each other. Oh my god, that is awful idea.
You know, I thought that was a silly Peter Molyneux thing that I hallucinated.
No, it's an actual game. Like the way I heard of it was Pro Jared played it on his channel, and it's like, oh, he managed to not have sex with the lady praying mantis. Good for him.
I just want to mention the Molly Jam, which is a game jam entirely centered around trying to bring to life different game ideas put forward by the Peter Molyneux Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. There was one that's called "You Are the Road," and it's literally, oh yeah, and like you are looking backwards, or like
We found your whetstone.
And you move your mouse to control the ways of the road, and you see several AI cars that are going along the road, and they have different emotional states depending on how you treat them and how well they are traversing the road.
I can't wait to test out the new whetstone. It may not look like
The game ends when they all explode.
magic.
Okay.
New one after my brother borrowed the last one.
The goal is to not have sex with the cars.
God damn. There's a Game Jam game about having sex with a car.
Okay, that sounds like your jam.
No.
Is that the one? Is that the one by that one dude? Who makes like all like the really like suggestive games?
Like half the game devs I know make suggestive games. Like,
Okay, yeah,
all I know is that like,
was it
yes.
by Robert Yang?
it is
that
indeed
one.
called Stick Shift.
By Robert Yang.
More like Robert Wang. Ah.
So there's surprisingly few Wangs in his games actually, despite being mostly about like gay sex.
I mean, one of your sex moves in Stick Shift is that you literally grab the handbrake,
My brother and me got a new
and you just jerk it off.
Now that we're on speaking.
And I only know about this because of Aaron Signal, who like went into different tiny games in one of his videos.
We just need 3 more mythical ingredients. for
Oh, I
the
can
second-
get
Dunno.
mythical dwarven armor.
Pure
Also,
legend. And the details are fuzzier
some
than
like
Wolver's butthole.
it's the lady
Expect us to
who
find parts from a legend.
draws manly guys doing manly men doing manly things. Brought up the fact that Brock is probably blue because he works with a lot of silver.
Maybe you'll find some clues at his strong.
Oh, so he's got the John McCain thing.
Yeah.
John McCain or some other guy.
It's got your name on it.
Yeah, like I never even thought about that. I thought he was just blue because like dwarves were blue, but then his brother is like a human color. So I was like, wait, what? Hold on, can dwarves just be blue and also human colors? And it turns out no, he probably just works with a ton of silver.
Oh, it just literally has colloidal sulfur poisoning.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Alright. That's where I want to go. Got it. There's another quest. I knew that there was still content in this game worth showing off because I had not gotten the achievement for doing all of the quests for Brooke and whatever his name is.
I forgot how much.
Sindri. Sindri. There we go. It popped up right on screen. I mean, I completely remembered it. That's the thing. I remembered his name was Sindri. I didn't read it.
Those commas are the wrong way.
Pardon?
Okay, so
Oh.
when you put the commas above the characters, it's this way.
Also,
They're doing this.
guys, don't forget I have this now. That's the only quote I have in there. But
How do I add quotes?
exclamation point, add quote. I have it right in
Add
the
quote.
I have it right in the channel description.
It's too bad I can't remember any of your quotes. So I can't do any of these from memory. Dang. Let's see, what's pinned in Hank? What do we have pinned by you in Hank?
I haven't pinned anything funny recently.
It's irritating.
I've been not abusing my power a surprising amount.
No, I mean like...
Oh, geez. Pin messages.
God damn it, phone.
Some
Pin
load.
is not edit. Yes. A quote by Colin from 2017.
I mean, to be
July.
fair, to be fair,
Odin
to
schemed
be
to
fair,
capture them.
pin isn't edit, you stupid phone. What the hell?
Smiling, jealous Odin took her
Okay, but I get the feeling you wouldn't want that in your
No,
list.
no, go ahead, put it in. I don't care.
a library and a life for his own.
Okay, god damn it,
Bad.
phone.
That's just.
Ruthless, barbaric, heartless. Odin. In
Let's
fact, you would
see.
do well to sit here in silence.
Giving chat the power to add quotes sounds dangerous. If it becomes too much of a problem, I can always delete quotes. That's a power that I have on Nightbot, is I can just go ahead and delete quotes.
If there was only like 2 Colin pins.
There, I did it. Oh, I forgot to date the quote. Oh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You don't need to date it.
I'm more disappointed in myself.
I just okay, just be friends.
I dad it so you don't have to?
I've never said that. And I'm not saying it now, so that way you can actually say that I said it.
I never said that. Kalon Zombie. Quote.
Oh. You know, I feel like I've been given too much power.
No, everybody's been given too much power. I don't just restrict this to mods.
Glory
Let's
to
see here.
the dwarf. May his reign be long, prosperous, and filled with peace.
Hold on. Here's a good one. If I could ever type correctly.
Whoa! I mean, I know
Greetings.
having the
Welcome
wrong
to
opinions
Protocol.
is
I just
your
wanna make sure
thing,
you're
but
prepared before heading in
whoa.
any further. There's all manner of nastiness left over from
That's
the Mad Dwarf
tragic.
King's foul practices.
I have said that before.
Oh,
All anime is
various
bad.
Sacrificing dark enchantments, blood, magic, and so forth.
I
Quite common
mean,
among
yes,
older dwarves.
you have definitely said that, but
Old habits are hard to break.
I should also somebody should also add as separate quotes.
another
I'm
guy.
the best at video games and I'm the worst at video games.
I hope we can find the binding shrines.
Because those are things I regularly say. Damn it, he's not falling for the psych trick. What's the psych trick? Is that the trick of saying the thing that you just said in an attempt to get me to quote it? Because it's not gonna happen. I'm not like that. I'm smart.
It's the trick of making a
Whoa!
show that people think is going to be like Monk, but it's way better.
Hey, what? This guy was in a chest. What is this? What is this silliness? What is this ridiculousness? Get out of here. This was silly. Why were you in a chest? Why was a monster in a chest? They never did that before. I don't think they'll ever do it again. That was silly. Everything about this was silly.
I added a quote. I think. I hope.
You know what's weird is that I actually specifically remember that quote when you said it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's because I've said it multiple times.
Yeah, it's your quote-iversary today. Congrats.
Yeah. Because every year is 2069. Just FYI.
6969 is one of my favorite Ninja Sex Party songs. However, I still like Dragon Slayer better.
So is that what it means whenever a video game says 20XX?
Yes.
Is this 2069?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't show it.
The dwarf
Yeah.
king captured more than one dragon.
And then in the X series, it's 2169.
Interesting thought, lad. And it makes sense. Nearly everything about dragons is useful and contains power. Teeth, scales, even eggs.
I can't believe there's like random encounters in this part of the game. Like these guys are appearing out of fucking nowhere, including inside chests, apparently.
Surprise.
Hello.
Well, there's no more room in
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, they're just
Surprise, Colin
guys
isn't a
wandering
big fan of
around.
monsters popping out of chests, to be honest.
What was that?
I'm surprised Colin isn't a bigger fan of monsters popping out of chests, to be honest.
I mean, listen.
He prefers it when the monsters are chests.
Yeah, see, that's it. That's
Or the occasional monster having chests.
I prefer it when monsters disguise themselves as chests or doors or something.
I mean, it technically wasn't it was technically disguising itself as a chest. It was wearing a chest costume.
We put our weapons on the bar. We put our weapons up on the bar. Why the weapons? The barkeeper asked. Mimics, we replied. He laughed. We laughed. The bar laughed. We killed the bar. It was a good time.
Oh.
If you think about it, whenever you walk into something, aren't you disguising yourself as that thing?
These
Like
materials
walking
must be
into a
pretty
house, you're
valuable
just
to
putting on a
make
house costume.
This legendary armor better be worth the trouble.
Hail to the king.
together.
That's the name of this quest.
Cool.
I'm the
So
main
you
man.
Throw someone off a cliff.
My favorite Duke Nukem quote is when he covered "Let's Go Surfing Up" by the Beach Boys. I especially appreciated the fact that John St. John was clearly trying to sing worse than he could.
I just want to see a Sonic Adventure mod with all Bixie Cat's dialogue replaced with Duke Nukem quotes. As he's looking, he just screams, "Blow it out your ass!" as he's looking for Froggy.
Oh no, that's tragic.
But
I would
hilarious.
also settle for Big the Cat quotes done in Duke Nukem's voice.
Blow it out your ass, Froggy!
I've got frogs of steel.
That's more of a Yoda.
Who was that?
That's Yoda.
That was my impersonation of
Whoa.
John St. John after 10 years doing the big voice.
Whoa, hey, look, I found the
Look at
world
your
serpent.
Astro.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
I thought he was having a nap.
Yeah, I think he still is, but I can just see him now.
Damn.
Oh, and there's a dragon over there. That's well, I found the last dragon apparently.
Cool.
Wait, wasn't that a movie?
What, Dragonheart? That's my favorite bad
No,
movie.
The Last Dragon.
Oh, the last dragon. No, that's the last unicorn.
Oh.
There might also be a last dragon.
That's my favorite Rhapsody song.
I
You
will
know,
say.
The Last Winged Unicorn?
There's a cover of the song that they used in The Last Unicorn that was done by America. Originally it was done by America, but the Ninja Sex Party,
There he is.
or not Ninja Sex Party, because they specifically listed as Dan Avedon and not Ninja Sex Party. Did an amazing cover that is actually better than the America version, because America's actually not that great. Just like it's not that great a country. Oh, I went there. I burned it.
Why are there so many American bands that are just named for states?
I don't know.
Or like just boring location names?
Boston!
Boston.
I just posted the plot for The Last Dragon in the chat, by the way.
Okay, I can't read it right now. I'm currently fighting some really annoying enemies that like to burrow underground and become invincible for long stretches of time.
Mostly for Joe's benefit.
Oh, I forgot about The Last Dragon. I forgot exactly what it was. And
it's also kind of the plot to No Retreat, No Surrender.
The plot of The Last Unicorn is depressing and makes me really sad. I've only seen the movie once, recently, but it was a good movie that I never want to experience again because there's complicated feelings there.
In the meantime, Shonuff is definitely a character.
Also, I mostly don't want to watch it because there's a very large titted tree, and it's confusing in the most, in like a not erotic way.
Uncomfortable feelings in you.
No, it really doesn't.
Wait, did you say titty tree?
Yeah, titty tree.
Titty tree.
A tree with titties?
Yes.
A titty tree.
That is extremely odd.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay, why a tree gotta have a titty?
I don't know. Like that wasn't even in the original story that the movie's based off of. They just added it for some weird reason. They added it.
Why a tree gotta have a titty? I'm very confused.
Besides, aren't trees like hermaphroditic? Should have also had a big dong.
I think you found the only problem I have with this tree, Dijon. Thank you.
That's not biologically correct.
I was about to jump in and tell you about the movie The Last Dragon, but Dijon de Jour posted all of that there in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's cool, because I just started talking about Bruce Leroy.
Bruce Leroy, yeah.
Okay, Bruce Lee's been dead for a little bit, so how are we going to cash in on the Bruce Lee phenomenon? Just call him Bruce Lee. No, that guy's in another movie. How about Lily Bruce? No, we can't get him, he's too expensive. How about Bruce Lee? No, Bruce Lee's injured. Well, let's just get this guy and we'll call him Bruce Leroy. It'll work. It'll work. But Leroy's his first name. Then he'll be Leroy Bruce. And he will be the Last Dragon.
He has the glow, or something like that.
I think that's a different movie where the guy's forearms glow gold because he used to dip them in hot sand.
All of them glows.
All of them glows?
Yeah. They've got superpowers. Bruce Leroy and Shonuff.
Shonuff.
Or was that a different movie?
I think that's a different movie. Are you sure you're not thinking of Bruce Lee Fights Back from Hell?
No.
Because there's a lot of Bruce-sploitation flicks that have survived long enough to be translated into English.
Let's see. Martial artists who reach this final level are said to be able to concentrate such mystical energy into their hands that they begin to glow. Only a true martial arts master would be able to exhibit the glow over his entire body.
Lord Triton, there was also a movie called The Clones of Bruce Lee, starring 3 of the different Bruce Lee lookalikes.
Oh, and Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee.
But yeah, the glow. It's like It's a final battle power-up that happens to both Shonuff and Bruce Leroy.
Ah, okay.
Okay. That's going in the journal.
So it's literally a Dragon Ball Z thing. Before
Yes,
Dragon
they
Ball Z
literally go
was
Super
terrible.
Saiyan. Both of them.
Ready yourself.
Yeah, I'm just raging for this one. It's I hate fighting these big old dark elf dudes. Oh, and they explained the reason why these are called dark elves and dwarves are called dwarves because the gods are the ones who can't tell the difference between dark elves and dwarves because they're fantasy racist. And they're the ones who named them.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
I guess. Hey, remember that time Jackie Chan dressed up as Chun-Li?
No.
Stone number 2.
Because that's a thing that happened.
Oh, I know that one. That was a sequel movie where he gets thrown into an arcade cabinet and electrocutes him.
Yes! And he becomes all these different fighting game characters, and fighting game physics happen.
Oh, I need to watch this movie!
No, you need to watch the clip of the movie.
Yes.
Not the entire movie.
Yeah, the entire movie. There are some good Jackie Chan movies, and there are some bad Jackie Chan movies, and there are some Jackie Chan movies that the YouTube clips of it are the whole movie.
Yeah.
Fine.
Like Wheels on Meals. Not
That's a
Meals
good
on
ass
Wheels.
title.
Wheels on Meals. Because they did three previous movies that had started with the letter M, and those movies flopped terribly. So they decided they would not use the letter M as in the title of their next movie as the first word. Hence, Wheels on Meals.
I love this.
The movie is Jackie Chan. Shoot, who was the heavyset guy? Oh, Chow Yun-fat.
Oh, okay.
And some third person, and they're in France fighting evil French ninjas because the French ninjas are a gang, and somebody's girlfriend and or niece, depending on which translation you're going with, gets kidnapped, and they're either going to ransom her or, well, it's a 70s martial art movie, enough said.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it has some of the goofiest fight scenes. There's a fight scene between Chow Yun-fat and some guys where they're in a castle hallway and they're trying to rip swords off of armor things, and they're fighting each other with fencing épées. Épée, the sword, the fencing foil.
Okay, but can Chow Yun-fat fight?
Chow Yun-fat is a martial artist. He's a martial artist, a comedian, and a stuntman.
Wow. So
He's
talented.
multi-talented.
Yeah, he also played Bruce Lee in Enter the Fat Dragon. Yes, the whole movie is just the Bruce Lee story, but played by Chow Yun-fat, and the joke is that he is chubby.
I can't even be mad.
I don't remember where I'm going.
To hell and back.
We're going to the dragon, right?
No, I already freed the dragon. Oh, I had to find the three keys to put in here. I'm guessing the last one's going to be this way. Freeing the dragon was just a fringe benefit, I guess.
Konu's Gauntlet means just the king's castle, I guess. like a general surrounding area. In case you were wondering about this name.
Oh, werewolf. Werewolf. Their castle. Why are you talking like that? I thought you wanted me to. I'm gonna say this right now. I think it's a bit of a controversial opinion, but Young Frankenstein is my favorite Mel Brooks movie. Yes, I like it better than Blazing Saddles, which is also really good, but it's also really hard to watch because they keep saying a certain word that makes me uncomfortable over and over.
It's okay, Colin. We know that you're white.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. Thought they'd be
Also,
done.
it's pronounced Frankenstein.
No, he even admits later in the movie it's Frankenstein.
But then that's not the joke.
Frankenstein.
Pronounced Frankenstein. Well, it's pronounced Igor. Well, they told me Igor. Well, they were wrong then, weren't they?
Yeah, like literally in the first movie they say Igor.
Yep.
You ever seen like so many of the Frankenstein movies? That movie
Only
has,
thing. So?
that movie has been remade more times than people have attempted to make a Dune movie.
Wait, there's been 3 Dune movies and at least 5 Frankenstein, like the first stories or movies.
There's the David Lynch Dune movie. There's the aborted Dune movie that was going to be made by that French guy who did Mobius. There's the Dune movie that had the stop-motion animation that wasn't the David Lynch one. Come on now, who did that one? There've been several Dune films. And a Dune TV series, and then another Dune TV series. But the TV miniseries and the 1984 David Lynch one are the only Dune that people remember. Which is probably
The David Lynch Dune movie is a fucking trip, though.
They cut out a lot of things that would have
Help make the movie make sense? Yeah.
no, not make sense, just fleshed out the universe.
Then
Nothing's gonna make Dune make sense.
No. Especially not under David Lynch's hands.
look, there's one thing that makes sense in Dune, and that's if you walk without rhythm, you won't attract the worm.
What does that even mean?
It means don't fucking stomp around and the worm won't come and eat you because they sense earthquakes. God, it's not that hard.
Like, if you walk without rhythm, you'll never learn.
But how do you walk syncopatedly? I need to know because I need to know how to dubstep.
God damn it.
Alex.
Okay, I'm missing something here. I'm missing a piece of this. I'm missing a piece of a puzzle somewhere.
Hey Malik, when was the last time you listened to a pre-Skrillex dubstep song?
Skrillex isn't even dubstep.
Okay, but humor me.
Humor you? Okay.
Yes, please.
Pre-Skrillex song that's considered dubstep.
Yes.
Are you familiar with a remix artist by the name of Hazel from OKR? Or
Right now,
Qued?
but I'm ready to learn.
Alright. I will link you the pre-Skrillex dubstep song that I keep around when somebody wants an example of dubstep.
Nice.
It's a Commodore 64 track remix to be dubstep.
Oh.
I'm so ready.
Don't know.
I will also inflict this upon Kalon's stream.
No, don't. No, I like my
Look,
viewers.
it's Skrillex. That just means it's really chilled out.
It means it's actually dubstep with bass syncopation.
Like,
Skrillex kind of ruined people's conceptions of dubstep.
yeah. Really, if I were to think of a venue for dubstep, it'd just be like a coffee bar. Really, like late at night, there's not a whole lot of people. You want to have plenty of opportunities for people to just, chit chat about nothing, but still, hear each other and have a good time.
Yeah, dubstep's not this harsh, aggressive, noisy crap that has bass peaking. It's syncopated. That's it. That's all dubstep means. Syncopated bass in a song.
Eh? Anything over here? Doesn't look like it. No, this is like the beginning of this cave system. Alright. Okay, I know where I am now.
Why do you ask, Joe?
Well, mostly because you know more about music than I do, and I like learning about new things, and giving others opportunities to learn as well.
Yes.
Why not?
I would say it's pretty hard to find pre-Skrillex dubstep that doesn't have a bass drop, that doesn't have crap.
Mm.
Ah, I found the final keystone. It was here the whole time.
Did you ever find that keystone that opened that treasure chest way back at the second dragon?
There are many legends behind the Devay a suspicious amount of legends.
Maybe.
Which makes confirming anything about this
Is there a reason
particular
most
armor
electronic
difficult?
music is defined by instruments? Yes, there actually is. The reason is that they don't have a better way to delineate things.
This is why you do not trust
Like,
legends.
genres are fiddly nonsense as it is, and it's more or less who can get the most people to agree with them, what should be pigeonholed as what. So they break it up into things that make about as much sense as they can, while still having unique meaning. Like, what's the difference between hip-hop and rap? Do you know?
You don't necessarily need to rap to have hip hop.
Well, there is a difference between hip-hop, rap, and I forget what the third BS categorization was during the 80s, 90s.
I'm gonna take a stab at R&B.
No, R&B, rhythm and blues actually means something. But yeah, modern R&B and hip-hop kind of have the same overlap as, air quotes, black pop music in the US.
Okay. Here we go.
So genres, they change, and it's weird.
Yeah, because isn't Frankenstein considered like one of the first science fiction books of
Less fun, I guess?
isn't like the first science fiction book ever? And back in the day, it was categorized as a horror.
horror.
It was a. It's considered a soft science fiction
Wow. That's a lot of
because
art.
there's no real focus on the science elements of it,
Could he shoot
and
4
half of the
at once?
book is, well,
He did only
Mary
have
Shelley
2 eyes.
being
Looks like
a
Ford cut
bit,
down to size.
It's what he does.
distasteful of her poetry slam partners. You do know the cheeky story behind Frankenstein, and by cheeky story I mean the rumor behind Frankenstein.
No.
So Mary Shelley penned down Frankenstein and came up with the idea because she was pissed off at her husband, Lord Byron,
No. What do you
because
here
he
play?
wanted to have a competition to see who could write the best horror story. So she basically made the monster
Sound almost like
his ego.
Oh.
And that is the rumor behind where the idea for Frankenstein came from. So that she could be snarky to his face.
That's good.
I like it.
Yeah,
Lord Byron was a turd.
he was.
Hey, look at
I've
this.
heard bad things about him. I can't remember any of them, but I remember that they were several and that they were bad. I'm sorry.
He was just super vain, super emotional about everything. He would fly into fugues and then
Behind this door.
leave. Like, he would set up a party, but if the party wasn't all about him, he would fly off into a fugue and then go to France to hang out with whores and alcoholics for a while to recover the what was the phrase they used? I don't remember the phrase, I'm sorry. But he had to recover from just the shock of being shown up at his own party.
Was he so vain? Did he think that song was about him?
Yeah, he was so vain that he thought the song was about him. I like the song You're So Vain as a concept piece.
Yes. I also like the fact that the only person who knows who the song's about is Oprah Winfrey.
Who?
Oprah, because there was an auction to that was held that there would be one person that I forget who the artist is, but they would tell one person behind closed doors with no cameras or anything who the song was about, and Oprah
Carly
Winfrey.
Simon?
Yes, and Oprah Winfrey won the auction, and so she knows who the song is about, and she has not told.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that was part of the agreement is that she
Those must be
couldn't
the
tell
3 mythical
anybody.
ingredients Brock was talking about.
She keeps her
I can
word.
say with
Yeah.
utmost certainty that I've never laid eye on a stranger set of objects in my life.
How
I'm
are
kind
Brock's
of hoping
supposed to
that
know
we
where-
will figure out who the song is about.
they are.
Like,
Don't count the dwarves out, lad.
not obviously
They
like
once made an
now,
unbreakable
but
chain out of
maybe
little
hopefully
like a
one
cat's
day.
footstep and bird spit.
Warren
That doesn't
Beatty.
even make sense.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the whole song is not just about Warren Beatty,
That's the
but
legend. If you want
one
to
of the
sense, you
verses
shouldn't
is
be
about
talking to a
Warren
severed
Beatty.
head.
At this point, we can just employ the author is dead. You know, death of the author.
yeah.
And it's just about a guy who's so vain that he thinks the song is about him, even though the song is about clouds in coffee from a dream. And the song in question that the guy thinks that is about him, isn't even the song she's singing, because that song is about the guy who's so vain. He walked into a club where they're playing a song, and he's checking himself out in a mirror. And he's so vain he thinks the song in the club is about him.
So, wait, does Fenrir exist yet?
I'm not sure. I'm also trying to find stuff on.
I mean, technically, he's your grandchild.
Yeah.
You know, time is kind of wibbly wobbly.
The world
Timey
serpent
wimey.
exists. So in theory, and the world serpent exists, and hell exists. So in theory, Fenrir exists as well.
But hell is just a frozen still place.
Yeah, but also its keeper. Like, her name is... she shares her name with the place here.
Ah.
Oh, this is a cool ass puzzle. Holy shit. Okay, I get it now. All right, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry. I was excited about solving the puzzle.
Oh, okay. It's Warren Beatty and Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger would be that day.
Yeah, he would be.
Now, Mick Jagger before or after he was composed entirely of leather?
Both?
Yes.
I feel that pre-leather Mick Jagger is not as vain as post-leather Mick Jagger.
I wonder what this place looked like in better times.
That said, I do like some Rolling Stones songs.
I love
Me
Rolling
too.
Stones. The Stones are really cool and good.
How could he let that happen?
The dwarf blindly trusted in the legend and pursued it without thought to the consequences.
I do think it's kind of weird how
Trust is a gamble. Like you said.
how much Mick Jagger often tries to sound American, in my opinion.
Well, that's the thing about like a lot of British, like I've seen like found that a lot of British like singers sound American when they're singing, but except for like one or two words, like they can't say can't. They all have to say can't.
Or what about that guy who was on the Gorillaz track, Dare? And the whole reason the song is named Dare is because he could not say there. He couldn't do the TH sound.
That is a very Mozart thing to do.
That's why the song is It's Dare. It's actually a pretty good song. It's catchy.
It is. I like it.
Man.
I think. Oh, wait, favors completed. Odin. Oh, okay. I'm just missing the I'm just missing a bunch of ravens here. That's fine. I'm not getting ravens on stream. That sounds not fun at all to watch.
Like, I remember this one story about Mozart. He basically he was not into this one famous Italian singer, so he made him a song that took advantage of the guy's speech impediment, just to make all of the lyrics sound more scatological. Yeah. And like it could only exist because of these speech impediments that a singer had. And also because Mozart, like, he was kind of a dick.
Yeah. But that's what I love about Mozart. Honestly, I love the fact that he was kind of a dick.
You boys look right beat.
Like, there was also like,
you know why Mozart was so cocky?
But they're so weird.
Because he was
How do you build a piece
like
of armor
naturally
out of
great
something
at what he did. Apparently,
so
composing shit at like the age of 3 will probably do that to you.
Well,
We get her.
yeah, about that. Mozart had an older, talented sister.
Ah.
and also a father.
Yup. So it wasn't just that Mozart was composing at 3, it's that Mozart got to keep his name on the stuff that was workshopped.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm still missing one of the wayward spirits, apparently.
Mick Jagger almost died during the filming of Pirates of the Caribbean because he decided to climb a tree and fell out of it.
Okay.
Are you sure that's Mick Jagger and not Orlando Bloom?
Probably
yeah.
both, honestly.
Yeah, I'm over Orlando Bloom as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't a 12-year-old girl at the time, so...
Let's see. What am I missing? I'm apparently missing out on helping one of the wayward spirits. So shops. Oh wait. Oh. What's this? What's this?
He fucking bofed you.
I don't think you can really bofa Kratos. Even if he has calmed down.
He literally nungered. That's literally what he did.
The spirit in Fafnir's storeroom. Yeah, let's... Oh, God. How do I do that? How do I get there? I don't remember how to get there. What the fuck? How do I get there? Like, I literally don't know how to get back there. Shit.
You just have to use GPS.
I wish, but, like, it's... Can I track this? Oh, X. Track. Yes, I can. Alright. That helps. Let's... Actually, wait. I'm going the wrong way. I want to go through the doors and see.
Honestly, Kalon, I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2, and I would love to see you... I would love to see you play through the main story of a character in Guild Wars 2.
Nah.
Because one of the things you can do in this game are jumping puzzles.
No, you absolutely
Yeah,
do not want to watch me do jumping puzzles.
I know. I would be watching you get frustrated.
Did you not see the Paper Mario jumping puzzle that I had to do where I was on there for like 15 minutes stuck on a puzzle designed for children to solve?
No, it was not designed for children to solve. It was just a jumping puzzle designed.
For children! Because it's a game for children!
But it doesn't matter whether they solved it or not. It adds gameplay value if they have to keep coming back to it. I mean, you know, kind of like the Carnival of Meat in Psychonauts and its difficulty spike.
I'm not going to lie, I've never actually gotten that far in Psychonauts.
Really?
Really? I got stuck on the Milkman level.
You got the what now?
I got stuck on the Milkman level.
Oh dear, I know where you got stuck then.
Cool.
You got stuck because you didn't know that you have to climb the telephone poles, didn't you?
Probably?
Yeah,
that sounds about right. Probably, yeah.
You have to do a 12-step fetch quest, jumping around and going all these different parts after a mini-boss fight. Then you have to get the shield power-up after traveling between 2 different areas. And it's really super duper annoying, but that's such a very, very fun area out of context.
It really is. It's like aesthetically, that area is fantastic because it's just like you're tricking these, you're pretending to be a mother by like brandishing a bobby pin and furiously talking about how many pies you have to make.
I'm with the workroom. This is my stop sign. That's it.
Yeah, there's a stop sign, broken telephone. I am a grieving widow.
It's so good. I should probably stream Psychonauts and not go through and get all of the figments on camera because that
would be rough.
That would be an exercise of tedium. It would be even worse than me trying to get all of the ravens on stream, because at least the ravens are like in a static location, and or at least if they are moving, they're moving in a very small area. Figments will just float around the whole fucking map sometimes.
I don't think I ever 100%ed that game.
I don't recommend it at all, especially since you can get everything without them.
Yeah. Except a platinum trophy if you're playing on the PlayStation 3 or 4 or whatever. I think I have it on the PlayStation 4, actually.
I was playing it on the original Xbox. The Xbox kind of crap. You know.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. No, the original Xbox is kind of garbage. And so is the Xbox One, because I've owned it for 2
But the original
years now.
Xbox had such stellar games like Blinks the Time Sweeper.
I was just going to say Blinks the Time Cat.
And Rumble Spheres.
Jet Set Radio Future.
And hey,
Jet Set Radio Future was pretty good.
Panzer Dragoon Orta.
Oh, Panzer Dragoon Orta is really good.
There are better ports of that game.
Yeah, but none of them have the original Panzer Dragoon included with them, except the one on the Xbox 360,
which was not enough to get me to buy the game.
Wait a minute, let's see. Platforms Xbox. This thing never got ported to anything.
The Panzer Dragoon Orta was recently ported to Xbox One, actually.
You're kidding me.
No, it was very recently ported to the Xbox One.
Oh, there was also that crap Aeon Flux game that was on the Xbox. And who could forget Alien Hominid?
Alien Hominid was not exclusive, though. I played Alien Hominid on my goddamn PlayStation 3.
Why?
I'd be on my 2, and I regret that purchase.
Yeah, same.
Or what about Arx Fatalis? Who could forget Arx Fatalis?
I have no idea what
Arx
that even
Fatalis
is.
One of those kicking games where you kick dudes?
It's a first-person role-playing game that I think was ported from PC to Xbox, or maybe they got side-by-side releases. I just remember that I saw the game once and it was completely forgettable.
Oh, I have another canon question. Does Tyr still have his arm?
I don't know. We haven't run into Tyr yet.
Oh yeah, they released the game Black and Gun on Xbox.
Oh, that's Gun.
Man.
I remember Gun. Gun was cool.
Gun was actually pretty good. The PlayStation version had better load times, from what I recall.
One thing I remember is that most Xbox ports would look better. Not sure about the loading times though.
The loading times were weird on the Xbox. Some games they were pretty good, other games they weren't.
Oh yeah, and hard drive.
Do you remember Blood Rain?
Yes, yes, that was
Terrible.
yeah, that was the game about the horny vampire girl, right?
She wasn't horny until the second game. In the first one, she just hated Nazis and was confused and said a lot of
We found your son.
things that
He
it's like, okay, you needed
was
to fill
betrayed.
space here. I get it.
and we found part of his journal. It sounded like he regretted.
The second game is
I
just worse.
remember going to a game store and seeing that cover and it being very uninspired, and then thinking,
We found 4 corpses near here.
why don't I instead buy Shadow the Hedgehog for my friend as a joke?
Wait, did you say uninspired? Let me remind you that the movie tie-in game that was also released for the Game Boy Advance, starring Holly Berry. That's right. The movie game Catwoman
We did a
by
good thing.
EA.
I'm glad we came back here.
That thief did not deserve
They
it.
were trying to
Include Octane from the Devil May Cry series, and Knuckles.
Even the dead one.
No, Catwoman was completely forgettable. Like, the only thing you can say about the game Catwoman was that it wasn't the movie Catwoman.
Did it include a funky new mode?
They were trying to be Tomb Raider.
Oh.
So I think I've done everything of consequence in the game worth streaming. I have not found. Oh no, I haven't found the I haven't found the shrine. I haven't found the last shrine. I'm missing a shrine, and I kind of wanted to show off all those on stream. Hold on.
You know what were 2 games that I feel had a lot of style, but one of them had no substance at all that was on the Xbox? Dark Watch?
Right? Oh.
Dark Watch and Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
Stranger's Wrath. It's...
I liked Stranger's Wrath. It had some problems, but I liked Stranger's Wrath.
I want to play it.
I think that you can grab it and Munch's Odyssey and the other 2 Oddworld games, though the first 2 Oddworld games are really hard to go back and play. They're very
it's kinda
precise
like a-
puzzle platformers.
Yeah, they're doing that revival of puzzle platformers from the mid to late 90s thing.
Hold on. I can find out which one I think of.
Stranger's Wrath it's a first-person, third-person stealth bounty hunter game.
Yeah.
So
I saw a half-completed LP of it, and it's got
Okay.
a lot of really good things.
I haven't found all the shrine. Let me. Okay.
okie doke.
Shrine locations. God of War. I kind of want to find this last one. So hold on. We can find out who I'm missing.
Well, while you do that,
No, I
would you
can't
like-
because it doesn't list the names of these. Of
Oh
the
no.
doesn't list their fucking names. Okay.
So you're missing shrines, but you don't know how to find them now?
Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go. I found a walkthrough that has the names on there. Okay. So
Cool.
okay, I've got Skull and Hati, Hrungnir. I don't have Hrungnir. That was fast. That was a fast one. Way to That's what, I don't think I have Hrungnir. HR. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure that's the one I'm missing. I have Jorgurmandr, I have Groa, I have Skadi, I have Ymir, yep. I have Thyme, I have Bergamar, I have Thamir, I have Starkor, and I have Surtur? Yeah, so I'm missing Thamir. Where's Thamir? The River Pass. Players can find during after falling from the broken bridge into the ravine below, when you hop across the bridge with the gap in the middle, go left just before the... Okay. So I was actually in the right area before, when I was trying to get to this area thinking that's where I needed to go. I was actually kind of in the right area to find that. So let's go find that. We'll hear the last story, and then I'm going to do everything else off camera because everything else seems like it'd just be a real drag to watch.
You know what would be a... Okay, so you said something that I wanted to bring up something else, but now I can't remember what it was you said.
Oh, no.
There was this game on the Xbox which, going back in time, I would have not got several other games and just played this one more. I still have it, mind you. But there was this game called Phantom Crash, which... How do I describe this game and still make it sound appealing?
You don't. Ah!
Yeah, you don't. Okay, so this game says single-player multiplayer if you look it up.
Okay.
It's not actually multiplayer. There is no multiplayer to this game. I would love to see this game resurrected and given a multiplayer mode, because that'd be neat. But at the same time, the charm of this game is that it is as close as you can get to a Metal Gear Solid style story plot about teenage kids in giant fighting mechs in a dating sim where you aren't the main character who's trying to do the dating sim bullcrap.
That sounds both amazing and highly confusing.
Yes!
Who does the dating?
Oh, I would have to spoil the plot of the game to tell you that, and I would need a lot of words.
Okay, so is there a person who just does, like, dating game bullcrap and trying to mac on you?
No, you are not the one that they are trying to mac on.
So you exist outside of this dating game space?
Yes!
You are
a rumbler in the Steel Lancer Arena International before it gets corporate sponsorship, and it's just a farm town thing. Your character runs away from home on their hoverboard and goes to the old Tokyo ruins, buys a giant mech, and then goes and fights other people in rumbles with your AI pal who you've installed into your thing. And every single character, every single bit part person has stupid amounts of personality just from their little chatter. Like, there's the lady who runs the record shop, where you can buy all the music that you can listen to during the game, who's this obnoxious airhead who is like the only friend that the 30-something ancient cougar with the spray-on tan who really wants to find a guy but is surrounded by all kinds of people who are not eligible to be in the dating pool, and teenage kids who has a drinking problem. And it's like, these are just two bit part characters. They're not important to the story, and they just show up as boss fights like once out of 200 odd stages that you play through. And the main plot of the game is that there is a virtual singing pop star idol, because idols weren't like a well-known thing yet, who is secretly a Russian escaped AI supercomputer that has escaped and befriended a 20-something unassuming bland Japanese girl that secretly assumed the persona of the most popular pop star in Japan. They've just been ruling the rumble scene because the robot is really good at doing combat maneuvers and things. But the robot is dying because it's getting too old, and it's not able to make the pop songs anymore that the lady who secretly sings. It's like the plot of one of the Macross movies.
A giant warrior made of stone.
This sounds like an amalgamation of several animes. I'm talking.
Yes, it's so ridiculous, and all the gameplay is you going through 3 different stages, shooting down drones, shooting down other SCUVs,
Idiot.
and doing high-speed mech combat where you dodge around, launch missiles, make grenades, change up your body, your legs, your arms, and your shoulder weapons. Put different bullcrap trinkets in your mech, depending on your weight.
Look here.
Sir.
It's just fragmented and noodly enough that you can build this experience inside of it. But the gameplay doesn't save it, and the story is, once you know the story, it's all silly nonsense. And then in the end, you kill the girl's dog.
All right. Well,
Oh, no.
I've done. This time I think I've done everything worth doing on the stream, because like there's a bunch of other stuff that I need to do. There's one realm tear encounter I haven't done. Big whoop. There's yeah. It's just. I think I'm done. I think I'm done this game on stream at least. So
Okay.
this was interesting. This was a really good game. I'm really glad that I devoted so much time to it. But on the other hand, the post game does drag on quite a bit, and like the fact that I'm still actually not done, that I'm just doing stuff off stream because it's just not interesting to watch is kind of a problem.
Kratos will return in the boy's story.
Kratos will return in
God.
Kratos will
Boy
return
of
in
War.
God of War 2 because there's already been the God of War 2, but there's going to be another one because they've sequel-baited this one so
2
much.
gods, 2 wars.
So, do you think they'll still call it God of... Will we be calling it God of War 2019 or 2020?
I think we'll be calling it Trickster God. Wait,
They'll
no.
give it a subtitle like God of
Ooh,
War
you know what would be
Ragnarok or something.
If the devs hooked up with Netflix or somebody and made God of Supernatural, where Kratos murders every character from Supernatural.
Oh, that would be nice.
And then goes on to Doctor Who. and
then Sherlock.
What was a Sherlock? And then we'll have our first piece of Super Hulock media.
God of Super Hulock.
God of BBC. I need to find the fucking teleportation place so that I can go home, see if I can nap, and get the title screen or the credits to roll again. Where is it?
Or I'd like to see a game where Kratos goes from the past, fights his way all the way to Las Vegas, accidentally kills Frank Sinatra, and has to, through the matters of time travel, do Frank Sinatra's classic song, My Way.
Have you seen the video
I
where
did it my way.
where Polygon got the voice actor of Kratos in this game to do dad jokes?
That was pretty funny, yes.
I distrust stairs. They're always up to something.
You know what? I feel like the God of War franchise is at a point where they should have a spin-off game.
Where they're on go-karts?
I was thinking like an RTS kind of game where you're the Hindu gods trying to build armies and war against each other for whatever reason, and then Kratos is just an element in it that will slaughter your warriors, and he's like a natural disaster.
I was really hoping that God of War Ascension was more along the lines of like a game where it was showing Kratos' rise to power in the Spartan army, and then like it ends. No, like the 3/4 point is where you finally get the Blades of Chaos, and then like the end game, like the ending cutscene, like after you beat the final boss or whatever, is Kratos standing outside a village and saying they have like betrayed Ares and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's tragic.
You know, you could do that. You could make a Age of Empires style prequel to the God of War series.
And
where the RTS elements are Kratos building up his army, his wins, his losses, and then the final battle's just one you can't win, and you've got 3 battles after that, like, because that's when you sell yourself to Ares.
Yeah.
And then the build-up to...
Credits! Here we are! Okay, so, you can't go to sleep, but you can roll the credits from here. So I'm gonna let these credits roll, and if they roll for more than 10 minutes, I'm going to just have to mute everybody because I'm gonna start watching Psych stream Fallout 3.
Alright, sounds like we're wrapping up then.
Yeah, so
thanks for streaming, Kalon.
You're welcome. So usually around the credits is where I give like my thoughts about the game. This game's fucking fantastic. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure this is by and far probably going to be my game of the year 2018, unless Spider-Man is like absolutely phenomenal, because that's the only other game I was looking forward to about as much this year. I don't think Spider-Man is going to be this good, but the combat's really nice and really deep. It's not too hard until you start doing like all the post-game stuff where like the Valkyries are incredibly tough, but they're also like extremely satisfying to actually beat, so that's fine. I will say that the post-game does drag on a bit, so that is a problem, but I don't think it's as bad as everybody else is making it out to be. Like, oh, the post-game just totally sucks. There's nothing worth doing. There's plenty worth doing. It's just it does drag on quite a bit. I'm really looking forward to the sequel of this, because they certainly have given enough like sequel bait stuff that it is definitely happening. It's probably already in production. We probably won't hear anything about it this year on E3, but I would probably expect like something like E3 2019 or 2020. We might hear something about the sequel to this. And I also do appreciate the fact that it got me interested in learning Nordic mythology, because I wanted to learn more about the true stories, or the stories behind the gods that I was going to murder, and it turns out the only one who really has any stories associated with him is Baldur. That's the only one you really murder that has any stories associated with him.
You should play something Senua's Tale then.
Hellblade.
Yes,
Susuna's
Hellblade.
Sacrifice. Yes. I
Senua's Sacrifice.
I actually played like 20 minutes of that not too long ago, and that also owns
It's not a game about its combat.
Right.
You are literally there for the story.
Yep. I might actually stream that, although I probably won't be in the Discord for that particular kind of stream, because I feel like that's the kind of game I have to like really sit down and absorb. Like
it's a very atmospheric game,
yeah.
And a lot of it can be unsettling.
Yeah. So I would probably, like, even though I would stream that, I probably would not be in Discord where other people can pop in and talk for those.
One thing, Kalon.
Mm-hmm.
If the game may secretly be completable without deaths.
Yes.
may secretly be completable without deaths. Just gonna throw that one out there, because you've been through the first 20 minutes. You know the sequence I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's one sequence that is technically you cannot win in it.
Yeah, that may not be true if you know later existing mechanics in the game.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. That sequence may be sequence may be beatable. Okay, but thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. You're always welcome. God. That being said, the next game I'm going to be doing after this is, I'm probably going to end up finishing a couple of the other games that I've started. And then after this, I'm probably going to take a break from the high fantasy stuff for a while, even though I really want to get to Horizon Zero Dawn, and that's technically not high fantasy. That's like science fiction, post-apocalyptic stuff. But that's like close enough to fantasy that I probably would like shy away from it. But after this, I'll probably go back to... I'll probably just start Fallout 2 completely over, because I honestly forget everything about that game. So... that being said, Joe, is there anything you want to say about this game?
It's incredibly American. I guess that's it. Like, this is America through and through. There's a lot of we like a lot of this, but we're gonna make it more Christian because that's what our market can identify with. Visual shorthand that I can understand why they would do that.
Yeah.
It's alright, I guess. I don't like that thing where they turned a figurative chair into a literal set of 12 chairs. That was weird.
Yeah, there's a once you put all the helmets there, it doesn't even like there's not even a chair that rises up that's higher than the rest. It is just literally like a tear opens up, and that's where the boss spawns from. It sucks because I was hoping that they would be like they would try to at least attempt to fix that and be like, hey, the chair is actually just the tallest chair in there. But no, it's literally just 9 chairs or 8 chairs that you can just put the helmets around. That being said,
I do have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
The sound of a cat's footfall, the beard of a woman, the roots of a mountain, the sinews of a bear, the breath of a fish, and the spittle of a bird.
Okay.
And these things don't exist anymore on account of they were all taken to chain down Fenrir.
Ah. Okay.
I like the breath of a fish. It's my favorite.
Yeah, breath of a fish. I mean, like, they don't have breath because they live underwater. Also, I would like to point everybody out to this tweet that I made, because I recently bought the VG Cheats and Beat'ems book, and in it you can put a request for the artist to draw anything in the book that you wanted, and I wrote down Lincoln Gannon getting high AF. And Casey Green was like, I remember liking the drawing this very much, and it's a very good drawing.
It's good.
It's a good drawing. He retweeted it, and it is currently up to 27 retweets and 240 likes. Oh no! My poor notification sidebar. It doesn't know what to do with itself. Is this what being Drill is like? Just like nothing, but everybody's just like retweeting everything you do all the time, always?
You can filter that stuff
Oh
out.
yeah, that's right. Especially if you're verified, because like I think if you're verified, you really only get like stuff from other verified sources.
Cool. By the way, Twitter, verify me, you cowards.
No, verify me. I'm the famous LP superstar.
Alright.
Hold on. I actually...
I like that link just says me.
Yeah.
That's good.
There we go.
Whoa! And you dated it and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Whenever I usually, when I add quotes to Sykes quote bot, I try to make sure to at least add dates to it. For a druid. Oh, jeez, I made a typo. Oh well, everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Stubborn Dwoes tried to woo it.
Wise from your grave.
Well, I'm gonna do something else now.
Alright. I'm just letting the credits roll. Actually, hold on. Is Psych Street... No, Psych has not gone live yet. So, I have not, so I'm not doing that. I thought I told my Nightbot thing to... I thought I told my, my chat thing not to capture stuff from bots. Oh, well.
Let's see. That's you adding the quote. Oh, and then it confirms.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh well. Don't you just have to pay to be verified? I thought you had to have like a certain amount of followers in order to be verified.
Also, it's a manual process, so that you can't just buy enough followers to get in to the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah. It's like the only manual process Twitter has anymore.
That's not true. They
oh no, I'm thinking of YouTube. I'm sorry.
Steam. I think I can count the amount of people who do Steam support on one hand. Well, bye.
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 Bye. I can't believe I'm all alone. My friends left me alone to sit here through credits. Until Psych starts streaming, I guess. Ah. Has he started 7? I thought he started at 7. What the fuck? Anyway, so yes, I am going to do the rest of this off stream. Oh wait, oh there he goes. He's about to go live. He just tweeted it. So I'm going to host that and just keep recording the credits scene here, because if the VOD's going up on YouTube, then, you know, it'll be nice. These people deserve their names to scroll slowly past this person who only has 7 people watching. I don't even know if it's counting myself. I hope it's not counting myself. That would be embarrassing, because I just logged on here so I can keep an eye out, see when like goes live. Leaves now. Yes. So I'm going to redirect everybody that way. So long. Farewell. Avita Zing. Adieu.